All right, let's get going. We're going to look at while loops today. So a while loop runs, it checks a condition, and then if the condition's true, it runs, and then it goes back and checks the condition again, and if it's still true, it keeps running until that condition's not true. So I'm going to make a file here, just to work with here. You know what, I think I'm going to duplicate this calculator file that we've been working on before. So I just named it whilecal.py because we're going to be doing a while loop in it. Right now we ask the user to input a couple numbers, and then we ask for an operation, and then based on the operation we output a different print statement. So that's where we're going to start with. We're starting right there. So we're going to keep with that, but what we want to do is we want to allow this to keep running. So it actually works fairly straightforward. We're going to make it, we got to go while. I'm just going to go while 1. 1 is the same as true. It's binary. So while 1 should work here. And I'm going to indent everything. So while 1, all of this code is going to run. So it's going to ask for the first number, ask for the second number, and then output the operation. I'm just going to put a little bit of a condition here. We're just going to go if x equals quit. Then we're just going to do a break. So if the x is, if the person types in quit at x, then we will, no, gotta do something different there. If I put quit, that I'm trying to check a float against a string, and it's not going to work. So I'm just going to go, if x is 0, then we're going to break. Just going to add a little bit more. Get a new line this here. And to quit, input 0. So it's going to say if this is a simple pi calculator, simple pi-based calculator, to quit input 0, and then we're going to start. So if we run this, we'll see if we got any errors. There we go. To input a number, 2.5. Put another number. Input an operation. Put one that's actually valid here. And then it gives me an answer and asks for another number. If I hit 0, it escapes. So that is a while loop. A while loop will continue to run. So I can keep running this code. When I have this code running, I can just keep going over and over again. And then when we want to be done, we just hit 0 and it quits. So that's our basic while loop. So up the top, I just use while 1. Now, if I say while 1, that's while true. I have to make some sort of break statement. Otherwise, there's no way to stop the while loop. There is another way to keep working with this. While, the first thing that's going to happen is it's going to print out, this is the Pi calculator, simple Python-based calculator, to quit input, quit. And then I'm going to make a little variable just called state, and it is going to be, ask the user to input this right now. So I'll put while state does not equal, and that's not equal to, the exclamation mark there. So we're going to not equal to quit. So while our state is not equal to quit, then it's going to run this all. Unfortunately, I need to start with my state. So I had to make my state variable. So the first thing that happens is we make a state variable. Then our program's while loop's going to check, is our state equal to quit? If it's not equal to quit, we're going to run all of this code. And then once it's done running the code, it's going to come back up to the start and do the introductory statement again and ask the user if they want to hit quit. So we'll run this time and see what happens. So it asks us, do we want to quit? Nope. We're going to type in our first number, our second number, and then our operation. And then it comes back and asks us, do we want to quit? Or just keep going? Oh, and I got an even worse problem there. Now, if you check this out, you'll see, if you start thinking about the logic of this, you'll know exactly what I did here. What I did wrong. So, we went through, and the first thing it asks is, do we want to continue running? If we don't want to continue running, we're supposed to put in quit. But since that happens after the while statement, we need to finish the code, get all the way back around to the while statement before it's going to quit. So it's going to execute one more loop than we really want it to. So what we can do, I'm just going to take a little bit of this code here. I'm going to cut this code out. And I'm going to start out with it. It's going to print, basically, do you want to quit? And then we're going to go through the whole thing again. And then we're going to print it all the way down here again. The exact same. I have, this is the Pi calculator, simple Python-based calculator. To quit, input quit. And then just says enter to continue. So it'll wait for the state, then it will print, and then it will go through everything. And then at the end, put a new character in there so we have a line. At the end, we're going to print off again. This is the Pi calculator. Do you want to quit? And then it'll wait for the input again. So now we can run this, and it should run a little bit better. Do we want to quit? No. We're going to put in our first number, put in our second number, and our operation. And then it asks us, do we want to quit? We can keep going. And put in our second number. And do our operation. Do we want to quit? And when we want to quit, it quits. So that's what a while loop does. It has a chunk of code that will run repeatedly, provided that its condition is true. As soon as the condition isn't true, it will stop and exit that chunk of code and then continue on with the program. If there's anything that runs after the program, so if we just had a quick little statement at the end here where it just printed day. So at the end it's just going to say have a nice day. So then it would, do we want to do it? I'm just going to quit right away so that we don't have to go through it all. But then it prints have a nice day, which is the code afterwards, but then there's no code after that statement, so that's where it ends. So we get the initial statement, the while loop. As long as the state is not quit, it'll keep running through this code over and over and over again. And then after it doesn't, when it escapes the while loop, it will run the code that's afterwards, which in this day is the end of it, just saying have a nice day.